Welcome back, I'm Captain Xavier, and today I'm going to be adding another action feature, play feature, functional feature to my ship of the line. I'm going to be adding a capstan for the anchors, so that the anchors can actually be raised and lowered. Previously added the working rudder, and now I'm going to be adding the anchor. Now, Lego anchors, official Lego anchors, while very nice looking, are way too small for this ship of the line. So I have built larger ones. It's brick built. I found the base idea online, and then had made a couple of changes to bring it into line to what I really wanted. And yeah, that's what's going to be the anchor on my ship. Now there's a couple of places that the capstan can be located. It's usually apparently towards the center of the ship, but because I want my ship to be able to pull apart, the capstan needs to be up in this forward section, since that's where the anchors are going to be. So I'm going to be putting it right here. It does go below decks, not above deck, which the downside of it is you won't be able to raise and lower the anchors without taking the ship apart, but I'm trying to make this as accurate as possible. One of the complications, or at least I thought it was going to be a complication, I don't think it's actually going to be that big of an issue, is that the section of the deck that I'm trying to put it on is one of the offset ones, so it's an odd width, which would make it difficult to put, say, one of the plates that has a hole in it. However, I will be able to put simply make a hole and use a larger rod. So I think it's going to work. Looking at, I got a hold of the Osprey Publishing British Napoleonic ship of the line, and it shows where the capstan is, and then shows where the actual spool is, and then shows the ropes running. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite show the detail that I need. I will probably end up looking at a couple of other... Oh, no, okay, that shows what I need to know. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay, so yeah, the rope for the anchor actually comes out where'd my picture go? Here on the lower gun deck, towards the front. It almost looks like it comes out all the way over here is where the anchor will actually be coming out. I might move that to back here just so it's closer to this post. This forward gun is, it's proved to be slightly problematic on a number of things, but I don't want to get rid of it because I like it. I acquired some very nice heavy twine. It's tarred like ship twine would have been, or ship rope would have been, and it's nice and thick. It's not quite the thickness of a Lego rod, but it's pretty close. So that's what I'm going to be using. I am going to have one on both sides. They will both go up and down at the same time. At least that is the hope. And, yeah. Let's do this thing. I've worked out the mechanics of it, so this will be the actual capstan that the men walk around pushing, and then the spool will actually get wound down there. And yeah, I was able to center it quite easily, quite nicely. I'm quite pleased with it. Now I have to figure out where exactly I'm going to put the holes And then I have to figure out how to put the holes. And then I have to put the holes. It is done. We now have anchors. It can be raised and lowered using a capstan that can only be gotten to when you open the ship up. But we can do that. So, right here inside, we have the capstan. The spool that actually it winds up down here, but the capstan for the men to actually turn is up here. The spokes would be added as needed. They would then be stored somewhere nearby, I assume. And yeah, the cables come out in the very front, which actually kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting it to be that far forward. They probably maybe should be a little bit further over, but that just wasn't really an option structurally. At least not without some serious redesigns that I might now be considering. But that is, yeah, no, not gonna change it. I like it. That is where the cables come out, right up here in the front. Keeps the front of the ship from wandering off. There actually would apparently also have been anchors in the back, possibly? Question mark? I'm not sure. Or in the middle. Looks like they might be in the middle. Anyway, a ship this big would need a lot of anchors. Anywho, yeah, they got these arms, which are for holding them up in place. There is then, I couldn't tell whether it was a rope or a chain or something is used to hold them up out of the water. I went with chains because they were convenient, easy to attach, and I didn't have to tie any knots. It holds the anchor there, as you can see, out of the way. I don't know if you can see it, but it doesn't block any of the gun ports, which is impressive given how many gun ports are right here. The anchor is somehow able to be hung in such a way that it doesn't interfere with any of them, which is pretty nifty. And yeah, another nifty and reasonably accurate feature. And I am well pleased with it. It's secure, it's centered, it even looks right. It's supposed to be flared like that. I am pleased with it. So, there it is. Thank you for watching.